Alright, welcome back everybody, Aesop Grim here. This is the continuation of our Mass Effect 1 playthrough for the Mass Effect Legendary Edition. I'm starting the timer. I've mentioned before, but I'll say again, it's just a guideline. In this episode, we're going to do the dialogue on the SR1 and get to whatever the next natural break is, whether, I don't know what that'll be. There'll probably be a cutscene that accompanies it. It'll be a new mission, or we'll arrive at the Citadel, or something to that effect. Let's kind of do a little bit of exploration. There's nothing to check out here. Okay, again, Commander Shepard. The mustache, a little bit weak, but they didn't have another option. And I do think that this guy looks sharp. So look at his abs. Those are some ridiculous abs. It's probably body molding on the shirt, like a Hollywood stunt thing, right? No, they real. This is Shepard. All right. Let's go check things out. Hey,
Commander.
Oh, there's Ashley. Okay, there's a few people to talk to.
I'm glad you're okay, Commander. The crew could use some good news after what happened to Jenkins.
He'll be missed.
Jenkins was a valuable part of this crew.
Part of me feels guilty over what happened. If Jenkins was still alive, I might not be here.
I thought we covered this already, Ashley.
You're a good soldier, Williams. You belong on the Normandy.
Thanks, Commander. That means a lot from you. I've never met anyone who was awarded the Star of Terra.
I think I would say I just did my job. Don't let her get too much of a hero complex going, or think that we're some unmeetable standard. Because number one, there's just always it sets you up for disappointment. Everybody sees their heroes fall, right? And that can be awfully impactful psychologically at a time that you really need it not to be impactful. So let's see if we can adjust her view just a little bit.
There's nothing special about me, Williams. Anyone would have done the same.
Held off an entire enemy platoon? Alone? With all due respect, Commander, I think you've got somebody watching over you.
All right. Fair enough, but that was the right thing for our dude to say. I think.
Things were pretty rough down there. Are you okay?
I've seen friends die before. Comes with being a Marine. But to see my whole unit wiped out, and you never get used to seeing dead civilians. But things would have been a lot worse if you hadn't shown up.
Yeah, never get used to that. The mission failed, you helped. Yeah, you helped.
We couldn't have done it without you, Williams.
Thanks, Commander. I have to admit, I was a little worried about being assigned to the Normandy. It's nice when someone makes you feel welcome.
Glad to have you.
I think you're gonna fit in here just fine, Williams.
Thanks, Commander.
Okay.
Yes, Commander? Is there something you need?
I like the doctor's hairstyle, man. That's a pretty hair. Her hair, like the color that they gave it, and she looks good with it. Do we go goodbye or investigate? Why would I say goodbye? I was transitioning. I had her hair in my mind, and I was like, what do I do? Personal questions, Captain Anderson or Cade Nolenko. So she's going to give us intel. Let's not start with personal questions. We'll put that in the middle. Let's go with Captain Anderson first.
What do you know about Captain Anderson?
I've served with him for a few tours now. He knows when to let things slide and when to crack the whip. The crew knows he's seen pretty much anything they'll ever run into. And he cares about the people under his command.
Then go to personal questions.
How did you end up serving on an Alliance ship?
I enlisted right out of med school. Earth always seemed boring to me. Too safe, too secure. I figured the colonies were teeming with exotic adventure. I wanted to travel the stars, tending the wounds of tough soldiers with piercing eyes and sensitive souls. Turns out military life isn't quite as romantic as I'd imagined.
Not quite.
But humanity needs the Alliance if we want to keep expanding through the Traverse, and the Alliance always needs good doctors. So I stayed on to do my part.
Any regrets?
Ever think you made the wrong choice?
Sometimes I think about opening a private practice back on Earth, or maybe taking a position at one of the new med centers out in the colonies. But there's something special about working on soldiers. If I left the Alliance now, I'd feel like I was abandoning them.
Okay, and then wrap up with Caden Alenko. See what I mean by the dialogue, man? This is some really top-notch writing.
How well do you know the lieutenant?
I'd never worked with him before this mission. But he has an impressive service record, over a dozen special commendations. Tends to keep to himself, though. Maybe because of the headaches. It's not easy being an L2.
Okay, that's what I wanted to know about. What's an L2?
What does that have to do with it?
Well, most biotics now use the L3 implants. Lieutenant Alenko was wired with the old L2 configuration. Sometimes there are complications.
All right, let's expound on that.
What kind of complications?
Severe mental disabilities, insanity, crippling physical pain. There's a long list of horrific side effects. Caden's lucky. He just gets migraines.
Okay.
I should go.
Goodbye, Commander.
And then here's Caden. So we were talking about him within earshot.
Glad to see you're okay, Commander.
And he doesn't have a lot to say. Imagine that. Okay, let's check out the rest of this floor. We got over here. Okay, that's probably an elevator. And there's nothing else over here. This is Caden, right? No, the doctor. Okay. Over here. Common area for crew hangout. Oh no, this is Captain Anderson's quarters. Okay. Wow, we just walked in, huh?
Go speak to Joker when you're ready. Tell him to bring the Normandy into dock.
All right, copy that, Captain. I guess I should say aye aye, Captain. I wasn't in the Navy. I didn't serve in the Navy. Here we go. Should be this one. Got matted shell. Oh, this is the this is the I can't think of what to call it now for some reason. The med. I want to say the med tent. This is where we started, isn't it? So we must have to go this way. Yeah, there we go. Stairs. Oh. First, I think this will take us into the hull. In the Normandy's vehicle bay, using a squad member's locker allows you to assign equipment to them. New equipment may be purchased from the requisition officer. Well, maybe the requisition officer is in that room. This is Ashley's locker, and I shouldn't have anything to give her, although I do have a suit upgrade I could load up. Specially sealed body armor, provides increased protection against radiation gases and a host of other toxins, plus 30% toxin resistance. The thing is that I kind of take the approach of upgrading Shepard first, because Shepard is on every mission. So if I were to go over here to equipment and go here, yes, I can do that. Can I unequip them? Yeah, I think I can swap. So we'll equip for right now, because that's the only upgrade that I have. And we'll eventually replace it. Let's go down here, find out. What we have in here. Well, this is the engineering crew, I guess.
Shame about Jenkins, Commander.
Yes, it is, Engineer Adams. Okay, so that's our Scotty right there. He keeps this ship running. Look at what he gets to look at all day, man. What kind of cool qualifications and degrees do you have that get you this kind of a job? Okay, I've unlocked the codex items, it looks like. And can't talk with you too. Okay. Ah, requisition officer.
Hey, Commander. Looking for some extra supplies before you head out?
I might be.
What have you got?
Whatever you want. Armor, weapons, mods. It's not standard Alliance issue, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Well, as long as you don't mind paying for it.
Why should I pay you for my weapons and armor?
My stuff doesn't come from the Alliance. I have to purchase it myself, and it's not cheap. Hell, the licenses alone have set me back more than I'd like. But no licenses, no goods. Without the goods, I'm out of a job.
What are licenses? Why do you need them?
Manufacturers sell licenses. Each license allows me to buy and sell a certain brand of products. I already have several basic ones, but you'll need to buy more if you want me to bring in different brands. Many of the best licenses are hard to get, but they're well worth the cost if you can find them.
Okay.
What do the different manufacturers offer?
There are too many for me to keep track of, but each license will explain what it's good for.
How often will you get new items?
Well, that depends on how many licenses you've purchased, but I'll rotate items on a regular basis regardless. And anytime we land someplace with a big enough port, I'll buy, sell, and trade whatever I can. Check back often. I need to move items quickly, so only the most basic items will be stocked consistently.
I don't know pragmatically, like in the game, how useful this is, but as a character, this guy could be really useful. I don't think I ever took advantage of this dude in the past. And at least one Let's Play, I watched the person playing it, and I don't remember who it was. They didn't seem to feel like you needed this guy much.
Let's see what you've got.
You bet, Commander.
Alright, so, what I would like to know is how these, yeah, there we go, compare. This is what I'm wearing, this is what's available. Can I wear medium armor? I'm thinking no. Maybe that's what orange means, no? No, I am wearing medium armor. I think. Oh, I might not be. Okay. 12,500. How much do I have? I have 1,550. So that's not going to do a whole lot. Okay, so we're not anywhere close to being able to buy anything. Well, grenade upgrade. Oh, that might be nice. Increase max units of med. I'll go ahead and buy that right now. That would be good. Well, it doesn't seem to allow me to do that. Oh, there it is. Accept. Okay. All right, that's enough for now, I think. Well, the grenade is pretty cheap. I'll buy that also. Okay. Even though I don't have grenades yet, I don't think. This is iconic right here. I forget what they call it. Unlocked the codex entry. Ships and vehicles.
The Mako infantry fighting vehicle was designed for the System Alliance's frigates. Though the interior is cramped, an M35 is small enough to be carried in the cargo bay and easily deployed on virtually any world. With its turreted 155mm mass accelerator and coaxially mounted machine gun, the Mako can provide a fire team with weapon support as well as mobility. Since Alliance Marines may be required to fight on any world, the Mako is environmentally sealed and equipped with microthrusters for use on low-gravity planetoids. The Mako is powered by a sealed hydrogen-oxygen fuel cell and includes a small Element Zero core. While not large enough to nullify the vehicle's mass, the core can reduce it enough to be safely airdropped. When used in conjunction with thrusters, it also allows the Mako to extricate itself from difficult terrain.
Well, that's neat. And the presentation, you see how it reads kind of like almost like a commercial? You know, a briefing that a company put together to send via email to a potential buyer. I think this game pioneered that. I think whoever came up with that idea for this game was the first one to do it on something that got wide notoriety. Which leads to what I think is probably directly responsible for presentations like you see in Elite Dangerous and Star Citizen. All right, let's head upstairs and talk to Joker, or see what else there is to look at. Nav manual. Technology, maybe? No. Grades. I don't know where the nav manual would be at. Humanity and the Systems Alliance, I don't think so. No. We might take a look at this sometime. This timeline might be useful. Actually, here, I might take a look at it sometime. Here, I'm going to put it there. Pause it if you want to read it. And then we'll scroll down to here. Pause it if you want to read it. Here, pause it if you want to read it. And then there's the last part. Pause it if you want to read it. Alright, I feel like I've provided a service to the public.
I'm glad you're okay, Commander. Losing Jenkins was hard enough on the crew.
Indeed. Okay, I just came up through there. Is this my quarters? No. This is the meeting room. Got another codex entry. Before I activate Joker, is it controls? Maybe turn mouse sensitivity down? These things a little bit smoother. It's still not as good as a controller, but it's a little less jumpy. Still feels smooth and like I can track fast enough to get onto targets.
Good timing, Commander. I was just about to bring us into the Citadel. See that taxpayer money at work.
I think it's Seth Green that plays the character. Yeah, that was excellent. Oh, wow. The iconic entry scene into the Citadel.
Look at the size of that ship.
The Ascension, flagship of the Citadel fleet.
Well, size isn't everything.
Why so touchy, Joker?
I'm just saying you need firepower, too.
Look at that monster. Its main gun could rip through the barriers in any ship in the Alliance fleet.
Good thing it's on our side, then.
Citadel Control, this is SSV Normandy, requesting permission to land.
Stand by for clearance, Normandy. Clearance granted. You may begin your approach. Transferring you to an Alliance operator.
Roger, Alliance Tower, Normandy.
Look at these camera angles. I mean, it's very
Normandy,
cinematic.
This is Alliance Tower. Please proceed to Dock 422.
Booyah. And the music accompanying it is very Star Trek-like, with the crescendos in the right places. I'm convinced
This is
whoever...
an outrage!
Hold on.
The Council would step in if the Geth attacked a Turian colony?
The Turians don't found colonies on the borders of the Terminus systems, Ambassador.
Humanity was well aware of the risks when you went into the Traverse.
What about Saren? You can't just ignore a rogue Spectre. I demand action!
You don't get to make demands of the Council, Ambassador.
Citadel Security is investigating your charges against Saren. We will discuss the CSEC findings at the hearing, not before.
Captain Anderson, I see you brought half your crew with you.
Just the ground team from Eden Prime, in case you had any questions.
I have the mission reports. I assume they're accurate?
They are. Sounds like you convinced the Council to give us an audience.
They were not happy about it. Saren's their top agent. They don't like him being accused of treason.
That was a suave opening by the captain. What I was going to say earlier is that I'm pretty convinced that the art director who probably did quality control on cutscenes and stuff probably has a degree in cinematography, because not every video game gets something so like the movies as this game does. They don't like him accused of treason. Well, it is the truth. I wouldn't say they're blind. I don't think that's a fair assessment anyway. I would say it's the truth.
Saren's a threat to every human colony out there. If they don't stop him, I will.
Settle down, Commander. You've already done more than enough to jeopardize your candidacy for the Spectres. The mission on Eden Prime was a chance to prove you could get the job done. Instead, Nihilus ended up dead and the beacon was destroyed.
That's Saren's fault, not his.
Then we better hope the CSEC investigation turns up evidence to support our accusations. Otherwise, the Council might use this as an excuse to keep you out of the Spectres. Come with me, Captain. I want to go over a few things before the hearing. Shepard, you and the others can meet us at the Citadel Tower, top level. I'll make sure you have clearance to get in.
And that's why I hate politicians.
Yeah, and it's easy to understand. In my opinion, it's easy to understand all angles at play here. We're about to save this and end the episode. I get Ashley's perspective. I do. Especially as somebody who's former military. Because people like Shepard and Ashley, and the captain, they're about getting the job done. You sent us. You're not supposed to send us unless it's dire emergencies. We bring the kind of force that you don't want to just unleash on people willy-nilly. But when you open that gate, then get the heck out of the way and let us do it. Otherwise, you're putting our lives at risk. Don't mamby-pamby about this. Either you mean it or you don't. That's the military perspective, right? But that politician, and this is maybe going to be unpopular with some people who have military backgrounds, that politician is also... he has valid points about Shepard jeopardizing his position here. Like to people who are military, that makes no sense. We know the truth. We know that Saren is at the heart of this. But when you're talking about politics, you're talking about hidden motives. You're talking about plots and schemes and personal ambitions. All of those things are a part of the reality of politics. And this human politician, the ambassador for humanity, knows that this went horribly awry, and if that council is just looking for an excuse to lock humanity out on a mission that we could not afford to lose just because of exactly that, they now have it, and he knows that, and so he's also right. And that's what I like about this game, is that it's done well enough that you can see all the various viewpoints. So let's go ahead and save. Just hit new save. All right, guys, that's going to close it out for this episode. That was just about 30 minutes long. And so again, I'm Aesop Grimm. Thank you for coming by the channel. I hope all is well in your neck of the woods, and I will see you in the next episode where this story, this awesome story that is just getting started, continues.